If you're an iPhone photographer, you know that when you're taking landscape photos especially, it's way oversaturated. The blues are too blue, the greens are too green, the reds are too red. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix it. Where we are today is a place called Gunbow. This is Thompson's Bridge, I think it's called. In the summer, this has usually got rapids and stuff going over there. It would have been nice to show you that, but it's winter at the moment, irrigation season's finished. So we're just going to photograph these dead trees, the wetlands that are here, and there's some nice good clouds in the sky. It's really going to show you just how saturated this blue in the sky looks on a regular iPhone photo. Let me show you what I mean. So just on the regular camera app, I'm going to focus on that dead tree that's just out here. Focus on that dead tree, and we'll take a photo. I might go to the ultra wide lens as well because, well, it's landscape, it's got some pretty cool stuff happening in the sky. Let's try and get all of that as much of that as we can. So I'm going to bring that to the third. When it's a reflection sort of photo, I tend to make things center, like the horizon, just I want that to be in the center, not necessarily on one of the thirds, because I want to get that reflection as much as I can, just like in that photo right there. Now have a look at these photos. I'm telling you now how blue they are and how blue that sky looks to my eye. It's way too saturated. And it's just not as much detail in that photo as what I can see in the sky. And the way we're going to fix this is with a polarizer, but not just a regular polarizer. I'm going to use an ND polarizer from Sandmarc. This is the first in a series of 3 videos where I'm going to show you how to use gear that's really designed for video, how to use it for photography, and how to get the best out of it for photography. You wouldn't have thought to use it this way, but I'm going to show you how. When we talk about ND filters for phones, it's almost always about video and reducing that shutter speed, matching up the shutter speed with the frame rate. It's all about that. But that's not what we're doing here today. It's all about mobile photography with video gear. And if you don't know, ND filters, neutral density filters, basically they're like sunglasses for your phone, sunglasses for your lens. It makes things just a little bit darker, means you can shoot for a little bit longer of a shutter speed, and it does some really cool things. The thing with these filters though, it comes with a polarizer as well. So it's going to change the color to a more realistic looking color to what we see with the eye. The kit that Sandmarc have sent me is an ND filter kit. There's 3 filters in this kit. There's an ND64, ND32, and ND16. All of them are polarizers, and the polarizing effect is what's going to make this work. The kit comes in a little case like this. Just let me move this out of the way. It's a little roll-out case like this. It's got Sandmarc branding on the front. It rolls out just like that, and it's got 3 filters in there, and all of these have polarizers on them, and polarizers are going to help us get that detail in the sky and help us get that detail along the water, and it'll make the photo, well, it'll just be bloody awesome. When I get any sort of lens or filters and things like that, they all come with clips and they clip onto the phone, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm much more of a fan of getting the case that comes with that brand. So in this case here we're using Sandmarc, and I've got a Sandmarc case that goes on my iPhone 12 Pro Max. And the reason I like that is because it lines it up perfectly. These filters though, they've got a good size hole on it, and they'll go onto pretty much any camera, well, pretty much any camera that's on any phone. It just clips over the top, and it's not so much accurate like it is with a lens where it needs to be dead set lined up. So this will work on any phone. The best part about these ones though is this filter kit will go directly onto all of the Sandmarc lenses. So what I've got here is the wide angle lens. I'm going to put it onto this case here, then I'll put the filter directly onto that. And now I'll put one of these filters on. This one here is the 32 ND32 filter with the polarizer. It's going to screw that directly onto that lens that we've just put onto the camera. And now that it's on there, I can turn the outer ring of this, and it will change the polarization of what the camera's seeing. It's really going to change this photo. I'm just going to compose this so it's across the bridge there. That bridge is a nice leading line across this photo. And I've got this tree overhanging here. I'm going to bring that into the top of the frame just a little bit like that. It adds a little bit more because the sky's looking a little bit more kind of solid there. And I want to add some more detail up into the sky. There's something more, a bit more distracting, I guess, from the blandness of what the sky is. The clouds, the way the clouds are moving, they're coming in on a V, if you like, and they're kind of pointing to the bridge, so it makes a really good leading line sort of photo. Now what I'll show you here is I'll turn this polarizer, and you can see there it's changing the ground, it's on the water in front there, it's certainly changing the clouds, and I quite like it there. The best thing about this though, it's no longer saturated. It's really quite good. It's going to focus on the bridge, hit the shutter, and we are done. Have a look at that photo. I'll just take this off now, and I'll take the exact same photo. I'm looking at it backwards, so I'm unscrewing it backwards. I'll take exactly the same photo. That's done. Let's have a look at these two. And when I look through both of these photos now, I'm telling you, that the one with the ND filter on it, it definitely looks better than what the other one does, 100%. I think what I'll do now is just take a few more examples to show you. I'll try a few different NDs. I'll try the 16, I'll try the 64 as well, both with the polarized, and I'll basically take a photo with it and without it, and you see what you think. I think you'll probably agree that these are used really well. It definitely looks more realistic to me, being here, seeing what the sky really does look like. I'm going to use these things all the time for landscape photography now. I think they're really, really good. If you want one of these filter kits, just check out the description down below. I'll put a link over there to Sam Mark's website for exactly what I've been using here today. Anyway guys, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next video, all about mobile photography with mobile video gear. See you then.